The state today is seeking to get a temporary order regarding current child support. We're going to reserve issues regarding retroactive child support to a later date. As far as the access and custody of the child is concerned, I believe they've reached an agreement on a standard possession order. And I will pass to Ms. Briscoe now to give the court a rundown on what that is.
Thank you. Judge, the parties have agreed to a standard possession order. They have also agreed to the mother of the child, Ms. Smith, being the person to establish the primary domicile for the child. With Mr. Means being respondent, having the right to visitation under the standard possession order. They have further agreed that as far as the access and visitation of the child, that this will be agree. If there's no agreement made regarding the pickup and drop off, that they will make that agreement and pick up based on communications through app close and any electronic communication, and that Mr. Means, because of his work schedule, will be able to have a designee to pick up the child based on whatever the agreement is of the parties. And if there can be no agreement, then of course the times and dates of visitation will be according to the standard possession order. They also agree that their communication will be, as I said, in app close, and that they both will be responsible for registering with app close within a reasonable time period, asking that that be considered as a week or so for them to register in order to.
All right, let's go to 7 days. All right, I'll do that. Thank you.
Okay.
And
that all the rights and duties under the standard possession order, they're asking for that to be the agreement in the temporary orders. And they have agreed based on the fact that I don't know if the OAG intended to present the amount of child support, but based on the calculations that we have come to, that they agree that child support be set at in keeping with the standards of the court, that child support be set at $741.65 cents per month. And I don't think there's any other further access that we have in that.
All right, then. And is there an order for health insurance or cash medical, Mr. Briscoe?
Yes,
I'm sorry. Yes, Judge. My client has insurance and is agreed to continue to maintain that insurance on his on the child based on his in connection with his employment. He also has that in place. There is a need for a birth certificate, but we will make sure that that is obtained such that that can continue to go forward.
Again, it appears that the announcement attorney has been long registered with the Bureau of Live Statistics, so getting a birth certificate should not be a major hassle for either party or counsel. So, all right, no problem. All right, Hudson, anything else, sir, as far as the opening?
No, Your Honor.
All right, then, folks, I'm going to go ahead and swear the parties in. Mr. Means, you're already unmuted. Ms. Smith, please turn your video and unmute yourself. If you can turn your video, if you can't, just raise your right hand and unmute yourself, and we'll get you sworn in, ma'am. All right, I ask both of y'all to raise your right hands, please. All right, do you both solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give this court is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you?
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
All right, ma'am, I can hear you. Do you swear to tell the truth, ma'am? That's what I'm asking.
Yes.
All right, sir, do you swear to tell the truth also?
Yes.
You're both officially under oath, and I'll let the state call you as witnesses, and then let Ms. Briscoe cross-examine as needed. So at this time, I'm gonna go ahead and let the state call you both as witnesses. You may proceed at this time, Mr. Hudson. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. Mr. Means, would you please state your name for the record?
Henry Mean.
Okay, and you are the father of the child in this case, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And you heard what your lawyer said regarding custody. I'm not going to go into that. I just want to talk about the child support in the case. Right now, under your current employment, you make $27 per hour. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And that is based, and that's also a 40-hour-a-week job, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And so we worked out going through that. And I'm looking through my documents here. After we go through and calculate the net resources in your case, which is $3,937.76 per month, that's net resources or net income. That adjusts down to net resources of $3,708.76. And a medical deduction that right now is showing at $229 a month. Your guideline calculated amount, which would be paid in the form of current child support at 20% of your net resources, comes to $741.75. Is that your understanding?
No, I earlier said if I paid state and federal taxes, I pay state and federal taxes. If you look on the check stuff I gave you, see I pay federal and state taxes.
That takes into account your federal taxes. The amount that we calculated earlier that we discussed with you and your lawyer comes out to be $741.75 a month in child support. Do you recall that amount?
I recall that amount, but I also recall the judge saying if you pay state and federal taxes that it wouldn't go for time 20, it would go towards 17. I pay state and federal taxes on every check I get.
All right, sir. Stop a second here. All right, sir. Obviously, you pay federal taxes. Everybody does that. Where do you live? What state do you live in?
I work in Kansas and Missouri.
Okay, that's not my question. What state do you work in?
I live in the state of Texas.
Okay, but you're a resident of the state of Texas, but you saying that they're taking Kansas is taking income tax out of your paycheck each month?
They take income taxes and state taxes. I provided that on the check stub.
All right, then. Did you use the state tax, Mr. Hudson?
I'm sorry, sir.
You included state taxes?
I did not include state taxes when we discussed it. I was under the assumption that they weren't. I didn't. It's not my paycheck, so I didn't recognize the numbers on the pay stub. I was looking at federal. I was looking at his gross and calculating it from there.
All right, then. Well, once it's all said and done, y'all might need to go back in and figure and update that based on state taxes. It's usually not that much, so it's not going to make a lot of big difference. But yeah, he's entitled to have that done, so I'll have y'all look at that. All right.
That's fine.
But with the question and other dealing with everything, all other aspects of this matter. Thank you.
Okay. All right. We'll get to the corrected amounts after the hearing, and if we need to come back to clarify, we can. I'll pass the witness to Ms. Briscoe.
All right, Ms. Briscoe, you're a witness.
Okay. Mr. Means, other than, I'm sure you heard the testimony about the possession and access. Are there any, is that your agreement as to what the possession and access to the child would be?
I have no problem with anything. I just want to get the amount correct, and I have no problem with nothing.
Okay. Do you have any questions about the medical or anything in regard to that?
I have no question about the medical. I pay the insurance, so I know what's going on with that. I have no problem with nothing. Just want to get the amount corrected, and I'm good.
All right, sir, we're gonna get that done. No problem. You may proceed.
I have nothing else. I have nothing else. Judge, I pass the witness.
All right, thank you. Mr. Hudson, anything else to this witness?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, call your next witness, please.
All right. Now, state calls Ms. Naya Smith. Ms. Smith, you're the mother of the child, correct? And you'll need to unmute yourself.
Can you hear me now?
Okay, thank you very much. All right, so you are the child's mother, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and you heard the testimony regarding, well, I'm gonna let them go over access. You understand that the number that I had worked up earlier is not correct. It's not gonna be far off, but there's gonna need to be an adjustment made for state taxes that are paid. But understanding that, you're okay with getting the child support started as soon as possible, correct?
Yes.
Okay. I'll pass the witness to Ms. Briscoe.
All right, Ms. Briscoe, any questions of this witness?
I have no questions of this witness, Judge.
All right, ma'am, real quick question. You heard that all the testimony information about the agreed to order as far as the visitation is concerned. You're in agreement with that also, correct?
Yes.
All right, then, folks, I'm looking to go ahead and set this up as a temp. I'm going to name the parties joint managed conservators. I'm going to go ahead and give mom the right to decide domicile. I'm going to go ahead and order child support. I'll let y'all go back and include the state income tax as being deducted from Mr. Means' well, his paycheck, his paycheck. I'll go ahead and order, like I say, current child support, order him to maintain health insurance, and the visitation as ordered. I'm gonna go ahead and order the parties to go ahead and get on the app close. You got 7 business days to do it. Ma'am, you set it up, send him the invite, and all communications going forward will be through this app because it's easier to track that way and confirm information one way or the other without having to see 100 pages of text messages come in. But at this time, I'll go ahead and again make this the temporary order of court and let y'all figure out a date to come back, and we'll deal with the retroactive at that time. Is there anything else that any questions you have at this time, Ms. Smith?
No, I don't have any questions.
Ms. Briscoe, anything else, ma'am?
No, Judge, not at this time.
Mr. Hudson, anything else, sir?
No, Judge, I would just ask the parties be put back in the breakout room very briefly. I just need to talk to them, and then I'm going to turn them loose.
All right, thank y'all very much. And you're gonna go back and figure out what that income tax deduction will be, state income tax, and we'll get that set up. And good luck to both of y'all. And I'll see you next time. We're off the record. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.